works of the Lord.
Oh boy, at the time, 8:47, 8:48.
He makes wars cease.
September 11th, exactly 10 years ago, the first flight.
He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns the chariot in fire.
Flight 11 hit the World Trade Center North Tower. Oh boy.
I will be
Time of
exalted
remembrance.
among the nations. Will be exalted.
Almost 3,000 people died.
The Lord of hosts.
We're entering the Adirondacks. We're on our way to the Lake George Car Show on September 11th, 2011. 10 years to the day, to the minute, the beginning of the terrorist attack on New York City.
Our neighbors, our friends, our husbands, wives, brothers, sisters, children, and parents. They were the ones.
Can't forget what happened on that day.
2,983 innocent men.
2,983 innocent men, women, and children. It's Mayor Michael Bloomberg speaking from New York City.
Out loud, to remind each of us of the person we lost in New York, in Washington, and Pennsylvania. And they each had a face, a story.
Don't forget what happened September 11th.
From under them.
The terrible attacks that America did in Afghanistan and Iraq. Totally overdoing it, in my opinion.
Let's not measure our sorrow by their work, for then it will have
Now they've
no end.
started to breed more terrorists. Yep. Invading countries, and we've lost 7,000 troops. It's a tough call. Tough call. Who to invade, when to invade, who's guilty of what. I think George Bush invaded Iraq to get even with the invasion that Saddam Hussein had done, or the attempted murder plot on George Bush Sr. Afghanistan's a different story. Too much repression. Pakistan's breeding terrorists in these unlawful areas. It's a complicated matter. Beautiful morning in the Adirondacks. Victims of the attacks on the World Trade Center. 374 firemen, policemen, waiters, waitresses, all innocent victims of an unwarranted terrorist attack. Poco Moonshines. P-O-K-O Moonshines. Poco Moonshines. Up this and listen to the buzz of the interstate and look out over the ribbon of highway cutting through the Adirondacks. Right from there. Poco Moonshine. P-O-K-O Moonshine. M-O-O-N-S-H-I-N-E. Poco Moonshine. Alright. Should be a speed trap coming up, and I'm going 70 miles an hour, 110 kilometers an hour, 111. Should be a speed trap. We're about due. coming up to a U-turn for authorized use only. Good place for the cops to hang out, and we're going downhill slightly. So I'll watch my speed carefully because there'll be a speed trap or 2 or 3. There always is. Always a speed trap. Easy targets. Not a lot of traffic on this Adirondack Northway, so cops hang out here. They don't do it between Albany and Utica, Syracuse because there's too much traffic, but around here, we're sitting ducks. Just pick us off. $150 ticket. Demerit points on your driver's license. Raised insurance rates, got to attend driver safety classes. As if going at 80 miles an hour or 90 on this road would change anything. It's so desolate and designed for high speed. Wouldn't hurt a thing. I got a speeding ticket a few years ago going downhill into Burlington, and the judge says to me, "Speed kills!" So I was going 72 miles an hour to 55 on a road just like this. Big deal. Speed kills. Alright, I'll turn this off for a bit. September 11th, 2011. 10 years to the day. Swampland. Lots of bugs in there. Good for the ducks and the bats and the birds. See you in a bit. Well, I don't know what took so long. Oh yeah. Major truck bust. Yep. Waving me over. I was going 65 right on the money. Take long. Always a speed trap on the Northway. We got another one. New Jersey. Every few kilometers, every few miles. Easy targets. Hague, Chestertown. 20 more miles, 30 more kilometers to where I'm going. Lake George Hot Rod Show. Crank her up!
What had happened up here when there was a
sewer rat. MTW rat motor. Back fendered. Oh yeah, we're in the right place here.
Baffling when I got here.
We're definitely in the right place. 66 Super Sport Malibu.
Almost
T-bucket. Yeah, baby.
Visibly tell you that a plane had gone down here.
57 Chevy.
No tail sections.
4-door hardtop. Tubbed.
Pieces of wing or fuselage. Just a trench that was smoldering in a trench
Isuzu?
large enough to hold a big airline. So,
What the heck is that?
You know, I think this sort of got
Blazer. Slam.
by when it happened.
Pretty cool. GTX 440.
In the weeks that followed, as people found out what the passengers and crew had
We're in
done,
Lake George.
decided
The Adirondack Hot Rod Show. Volkswagen sedan delivery.
or other people
Oh,
who
that's
might
crazy. Camaro SS 1969 Rally Sport convertible.
Pentagon.
1972 Riviera.
It really uplifted the country.
Oakdale.
I think, a country very much in need of uplifting in those days after 9/11.
And former President Clinton
Come on.
spoke at the event yesterday.
Buick.
He spoke quite movingly about that rebellion on Flight 93 that people say has
Tail
prevented
Riviera.
hijackers from reaching their intended target in Washington, D.C.
1970 Chevelle SS. Buried
With almost no
behind the
time to
Windstar.
decide, they gave